Hey guys, it's been a minute. I've just recorded a video, a vlog, or a rambling video, whatever you want to call it, where I just sat here and I talked to you guys like an actual dedicated video. Most of the stuff just comes from my streams these days. And that's because there's been nothing really that I've wanted to talk about or been full of passion to actually sit down and make a video about or record a video about. But that changes today. So many of you have probably seen the video that's going around. I'll play it in just a moment of a young man talking about why he has stopped playing video games and the problem with video games today. And this is really blowing up right now. Last time I checked, it had over 5 million views on Twitter. Tons of people talking about it in the gaming industry, and I wanted to put in my 2 cents because I think that it, as somebody that's been playing competitive games for well over a decade now, like 15 years ago, I started playing like Counter-Strike. I figured that I wanted to kind of chip in on this because this mindset that's being portrayed in the video is actually something that I wholeheartedly believe is killing the gaming industry, at least on the competitive side. So let me go ahead and play the video for you guys. I saw it on iFunny, so I'm just gonna show you it on iFunny, not on Twitter. Take a look-see here though, real quick. We'll just watch the thing in entirely. It's a guy playing Fall Guys on the right, and then this guy on the left is talking about it. So take a look here.
Okay. Alright guys, watch this. This is the reason why I stopped playing video games right here. Okay. People like this game has been out for like what, a week? Just 1 week, and people are this try hard at a party game. Like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, why are you doing this to everybody else? People don't learn how to go pro in a game in 1 week, but yet you guys are out here like winning every single, like, it just doesn't make sense, man. You lose the fun in the game once you turn everything so competitive. Like, sometimes people just want to hop on, have a good time with their friends, play around, but next thing they know, they see sweats like this guy, right? Like, winning every single game he plays, and then the game just becomes unfun after like 5 days. That's why no one plays Fortnite anymore. People are starting to lose fun in Warzone. Like, it's okay. Alright guys.
Okay, so that's essentially the gist of it. There might be more to a little bit more to the video, but that's essentially the gist of it. And this is really blowing up right now. This guy, it doesn't sound to me like he's a gamer. It sounds like, if anything, he's a very casual gamer, just plays the stuff that really blows up. So, you know, on one hand, you do have to kind of take that with a grain of salt. But I think he is touching on a sentiment clearly that's shared by a lot of individuals, which is this idea that games need to specifically competitive games, right? Like, he shows Fall Guys there, he mentions Fortnite, he mentions Warzone. Whether you like it or not, Fall Guys is a competitive online PvP game. It is a battle royale by definition, where only one person wins and you're trying to be that one person. So every game that he mentioned is a competitive game, and actually all of them are battle royales, funny enough, which you could argue battle royales are the hardest game statistically to win, just because you have to be the best player, essentially, out of, sometimes in Warzone, 150 or even 200 players. You know, you have Fortnite, which I believe is 100, and then you have Fall Guys, which is 60, right? So his argument is that these games become unfun when people are try-harding or sweating. Now, I've always found the term try-harding and like sweating, I've used them myself, but I've always found it really silly, because essentially what you're doing is you're putting down somebody for trying to win a game where the goal is to win the game. Like, actually think about that. Imagine you're playing football or basketball, baseball, and you are making fun of the enemy team for trying to win when that is the objective of the fucking game. I mean, that's just idiotic, right? Nobody would do that because it's just stupid, right? Well, that's the exact same argument that you're having when you try and do this. So what's really happening in this, if you really just dissect his argument, you read in between the lines, and really not even in between the lines, what he's saying is, how are you this good a week after release? Why are you so much better than me? I don't like the fact that I'm being matched with people that are better than me. Like, that's his issue, is that he is not good at the game, and this guy is very good at the game. That's his issue, and it's not fun for him to consistently lose. Let me tell you kids a little story, okay? Over 15 years ago, when I started playing Counter-Strike as a kid, my first ever online shooter, I sucked ass. Like, literal bottom of the barrel doo-doo garbage. I was terrible. I had no idea what I was doing. And I was getting my shit kicked in. Every single corner I turned, I was getting shot in the fucking head, deleted from the game. It took me dozens upon dozens of games before I actually even got one kill. It took me hundreds of games before I could consistently get a 1.0 KD. Just to scrape by with getting as many kills as I got deaths, right? Just to kill one person before I died. It took me hundreds of games to be able to do that. And I didn't cry about it as a kid because we didn't have skill-based matchmaking or anything back then. It was just whoever's in your lobby is in your lobby. Whatever server you join, that's who you're playing against. And the only way to get better was to get your shit kicked in and then spectate that person or spectate your teammates and be like, why are they not getting their shit kicked in? And that's how you got better at video games, right? Is by watching people that were better than you and getting your ass handed to you and say, okay, well, I did this and it got me killed. So I did this wrong and that's why that guy won. So next time I'm gonna try and do this. And then maybe you try and do that and you still get owned and you're like, okay, well, maybe I need to try and do this. And you work it out until you come out on top. And that feeling of satisfaction is what drove me to play so many competitive games, to the point now where I have well over 3,000 hours in Counter-Strike. And at one point, I was so close to being global elite in Counter-Strike Global Offensive, but to the point where I am still permanently banned for hacking from several Counter-Strike Source servers because I was just that good. I was so good at Counter-Strike Source after my thousands of hours that people did not believe me. There was actually a point where I had to live stream my own screen and my hands. I had to take my webcam and put it in my shirt looking at my screen and my hands and live stream that and send it to the link to the admin in order to get unbanned. Like, it was to that level. And I didn't get there by, you know, getting owned by some guy that was better than me and just complaining about it, saying, man, I need skill-based matchmaking in this game so I don't get people better than me in my games. No. Because playing people that are better than you is how you learn. Watching people that are better than you is how you learn. It's how you get better. And this is really my problem with this video, is that one, you're trying to demonize somebody for playing to win in a game where the only objective is to win. And you know what? I get it, right? Some people are like, I don't see the fun in it. But here's the thing. For me, personally, I'm a competitive person. It's not fun for me unless I am getting better and I am winning. So that is my goal. My goal is to get better. I love to see self-improvement. And my goal is to win. And that is the fun for me. It is fun for me to win in a competitive game, right? And there's a lot of other people that are like that. These tryhards, the fun that they get is from winning. So they are trying hard to win because that is what's fun for them. That's how they see the self-improvement, right? And the biggest thing I have a problem with is this idea that a competitive game, it's in the goddamn genre of the game, a competitive game is somehow supposed to just give out wins to people. Like, what is that guy in the video of Fall Guys supposed to do? Is he just supposed to just fall to the very bottom so that a less skilled player can win? Like, is that what he's supposed to do? He's not even supposed to attempt the mini game. He's just supposed to walk off the ledge. See you guys. Well, next into the next game now, just so little Jimmy over here can win. Like, I don't really know what you want here. You don't want this guy to be as good at a game? Jesus Christ, man. I mean, it makes no sense to me. Now, listen, if it's something where people are breaking the game or using, glitches or cheating in order to win, then absolutely, I completely understand. But this whole idea that I want to play a competitive game, but only as long as I don't have to fight people better than me, is just idiotic. And this line of thinking is actually so ingrained in the industry now that strict skill-based matchmaking is in practically every competitive game that's coming out. Fall Guys, I don't believe, has skill-based matchmaking, which is wonderful. But now, most notably, I would say, is Call of Duty. Modern Warfare has strict skill-based matchmaking, and it is terrible. It is awful. In case you don't know, strict skill-based matchmaking is when it takes some of your statistics. Namely, in the case of Call of Duty, it's your kill-death ratio. So how many kills you get in a life compared to every death, right? It takes that statistic and it tries to match you with people that are similar in that statistic. Well, here's the problem. The problem with that is that it prioritizes your skill, your kill-death ratio, your stats, and matching you with other people of similar statistics over practical things such as pings, right? Your location. So it's to the point in Call of Duty where I'm consistently playing on like Florida servers, right? I'm in Arizona, man. That's across the entire country. I'm consistently playing at a 100 ping when I have really good internet, and I know that they have servers in Cali because every now and then in a blue moon I get a 30 ping server, but I'm consistently playing at 100 ping because they're just trying so hard to match me with players of my skill level that they throw connection speed to the wind. That's one big problem with skill-based matchmaking, especially strict skill-based matchmaking. Before I go any further, I should state that I do indeed believe in a protected bracket for skill-based matchmaking. I think it's important. If you're a 0.6 KD player, if you don't even understand the game, you don't know how to use your thumbs on a controller or press the buttons on a keyboard, right? I don't think you should be matched with everybody else. I think you should get your little training wheel lobby where you can learn the game and become better, right? That's very, very important to people these days. It's not something that I had growing up. I just got thrown in the thick of it and was forced to sink or swim. But now that we have the technology available, I'm totally fine with a protected skill bracket. But once you get up to like a 1.0 kill death ratio, man, you have proven that you can consistently get at least one kill for every death. And once you've proven that, you understand the game. At least you know how to aim, you know how to move, you know how to play the game. And at that point, all training wheels are off. You're thrown in. You could fight somebody with a 1 KD yourself. You could fight someone with a 3 KD like me, right? It doesn't matter. You could fight a god with a 5 KD, right? Like some of these big streamers. But this skill-based matchmaking is ruining competitive shooters. It's completely ruining it because you're never going to get, you're never going to see a lot of improvement if you're just fighting people your level, right? You ever just play like a fighting game with your friends and you have fun and you guys are getting a bit better and then you can win games and you're like, man, now let me play online. You play online, you just get your shit kicked in. That's what happens to me with Super Smash Bros. I just started playing that and I play with my buddies and I can do pretty well. You know, I can even win a game here or two. But then I go online and it's like a whole new world. I get my ass kicked, right? That's because when you're playing with low-ranked people, other low-ranked people exclusively, you are missing out on fundamental mechanics and information and knowledge that you would normally have if you're playing with people that are better than you. And that's what's important, is like these people are getting bad habits ingrained in their mind by consistently just playing with lower end people, and then they find it impossible to do better because they have all of these terrible habits that are hard grained into them. And that's skill-based matchmaking on the lower end, right? You're not going to improve as fast as if you're fighting people that are better than you. Skill-based matchmaking on the higher end is completely worse. It is absolutely destroying the game for those of us that are above average, right? Now, I'm a bit of an extreme case because if we're using something like Call of Duty, I have a 3.1 KD. I'm in the top 0% on the leaderboard, so like I'm a bit of an extreme case. But like, for example, in my situation, I am matched with significantly more cheaters than everybody else because I'm getting matched with people that are also in the top 0, top 1, 2%. And unfortunately, the people with stats that high are largely cheaters. So I get matched with tons of cheaters. I've talked to people that have played Call of Duty and they've said, I've never seen a cheater in my life. Well, odds are your stats are probably too low to be matching you with a cheater, because if you have a 1 KD, you're not going to get matched with a cheater with a 20 KD. You know what I mean? It's just never going to happen. And on top of that, if I do decide that I want to play with my buddies that have a 1.0 KD, because of skill-based matchmaking, they have no fun. I was playing with a buddy the other day, and he actually told me, he said, you know, he wanted to play some Warzone. He said, I want to play some Warzone. I got 2 solo wins the other day. Like, I'm feeling really good. I'm like, okay, sounds good. We play a match, and the poor guy can't get a single kill. He can't get any kills. And he's like, I don't understand, man. I was doing so well yesterday. And I go, well, you know, that's probably because you're playing with me now. And since my stats are so high, it's matching you with, you know, players that are like really, really up there. And, you know, those aren't the players that you're used to playing against. And the guy is having absolutely no fun. And he even told me, he's like, listen, man, like, he was nice about it. He made a joke about it and said something along the lines of like, I need to train for a couple more years before I can play with you. But I mean, the guy had no fun because of the skill-based matchmaking. He was only playing against those top 1%, 0% players. So now players like me that are up there, right, when we're playing alone, we're kind of screwed because we can't play with our buddies that are down there on the leaderboards, because they're not going to have any fun playing against with people that I'm normally playing against, right? It also makes metas extremely stagnant, because when I play Warzone, I cannot use anything but the best guns in the game. I can't, because statistically speaking, I'm going to be at a disadvantage. Like if I get in a firefight, if I'm like, you know what, I want to be kind of wacky and I want to use whatever gun, right? I want to use a kind of wacky gun. And every single person that I fight in my lobby is going to be using the best, most statistically optimal gear in the game. And they're all going to have aim similar to mine, right? They're all going to have game sense similar to mine, knowledge similar to mine, positioning similar to mine. And as a result, I'm going to lose almost every single fight because of that. Because they are just have the better gear. So it makes it really stagnant because everybody has to use the best shit in order to compete. And this is the problem with this sort of argument that this guy in the, I believe it was a TikTok, the problem with this guy in the TikTok, rose, is that these people are playing competitive games, but they are only wanting to fight players that are in their little skill bracket. And as a result, one, they're not getting significantly better because they're not playing people that are better than them to learn what to do right or what not to do, like I learned the hard way all those years ago on Counter-Strike. And two, they're putting themselves in this situation where now they're putting pressure on developers. Developers feel like they have to put skill-based matchmaking in games, right? To the point where Fortnite even added bots. So did PUBG now. They've added bots to assist with lower skilled players to make them feel better about themselves. And here's the thing, man. There are other genres of games for you. Like, if you want to have fun with your friends, there are these things called co-op games, right? There's private matches. There's other genres of games that you can play. Like, you could play some Mario Kart, Mario Party. I recommend Pummel Party if you're on PC. It's a fantastic little Mario Party type game, more geared towards adults. There's co-op games, but even if you just want to have a casual experience by yourself, there's these things called single player games. Take a look at my wallpaper, right? We got Ghost of Tsushima right here. I mean, phenomenal, relaxing, casual, fun experience that's entirely single player. No one else is going to ruin your experience of playing Ghost of Tsushima. You don't have to worry about that better player that you're once in a blue moon gonna run across, right? And that's the thing, man, is that this argument on its surface, it just seems like a guy that's, making fun of a dude that's good at the game, right? Which is whatever, right? I call people tryhards and sweats all the time. Gamers do it. But when you see the outpour of the community that's riling up, right? Some in opposition, like myself, and some standing with the guy, and you see it clashing, it just shows you that he's touching on something that's actually very important, especially in the competitive gaming sphere, which is something that I personally am very attached to. I mean, if you can think of a competitive like shooter, right? Specifically FPS is what I play normally. But if you can think of a competitive FPS, then I have played it and probably played it at the highest level available. Whether it's an Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege, Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, Valorant. You take a look at any of these like competitive FPS games. I've played them. I've probably played them a lot, and I've been at the top ranks. And so it's something that's very near and dear to my heart because I miss the days where you could go into a game and there's just a wide variety of skill, right? There's some players that are not good. There's some players that are absolute gods that will even kick my ass, right? There's some people that are your skill level. Some people slightly less. They'll kill you sometimes, right? You'll kill them sometimes. These rivalries form in lobbies. Like, I miss those days of playing games, right? At a casual level. Like, for competitive, absolutely, there needs to be strict skill-based matchmaking, and you should be rewarded for being good. But as it stands right now, you are actively punished for being a good player in strict skill-based matchmaking competitive shooters, or just competitive games in general. You're actively punished. You're going to come across more cheaters. The actual gameplay is going to become very stale because everybody's going to be using the top of the line, best of the best stuff. And you lose your ability to play with your friends that are lower level or lower skill. Like, it just becomes so stale. And I really just don't like this complaining about you're playing Fall Guys, which is, more of a casual competitive game, and you get one guy in every, like, I've played Fall Guys, and I can tell you right now, the vast majority of people are retards in the game. They fucking suck at the game. You maybe get one god tier player every, 10 games of Fall Guys, and the games are short, too. Like, it's so rare for you to get one of those guys in your lobby. But imagine if you are like starting to become decent and now you just have gods in every single lobby. Suddenly Fall Guys is no longer fun, right? That's the beauty of it not having this strict skill-based matchmaking. I didn't even win a game of Fall Guys. I never won a game of Fall Guys, but I had quite a bit of fun with it. I got bored with it eventually because there just wasn't enough mini games for me. I think it needs more mini games. Got a little repetitive, but I had fun with it when I was playing because it's just stupid, man. And you can't tell me that, oh, I'm a casual person, I don't care about winning, but oh, this tryhard's gonna piss me off, because that's directly goes against what you're saying, right? Caring about winning goes in tandem with caring about people being better than you. Like, they're one and the same, man. They're parallel lines to each other, right? You cannot say, oh man, I just play games casually. I'm just looking to have some fun after work, crack a beer open, play with some friends. It's like, okay, understandable. But I want to win all the games, and I don't want to fight people better than me, because that tells me you do care about winning and you are playing to win. And by that point, like, you're not playing it casually anymore. If you're actively, you know, trying to win, doesn't that make you the awful tryhards, the sweats, if you're trying to win? Apparently, like, the argument makes no sense, man. I think at the end of the day, everybody wants to win in a competitive game, because that's the goal of a competitive game, right? It's to win. That's why you're playing it in the first place, man. If you wanted a game that had no winners or losers, I don't know, I'm sure that game exists. Go play Journey or something. Flower, I don't know, like those weird games that have no winner. But it's just this really weird thing. And to specifically quote Fortnite and Warzone, which both have skill-based matchmaking, so you're only fighting people your level anyway, or roughly around your level. So if you're saying, like, man, I'm so sick of tryhards in like Warzone, dude, I have bad news for you. You're probably a fucking tryhard. Like, if you were to look at me and look at my gameplay in Warzone, 99% of you would call me a tryhard. I mean, I'm not a tryhard because I'm not trying to win. I play just to get as many kills as possible. I do stupid shit all the time, and that's why I don't win all of my games, because I do play stupid and do dumb shit. But like, I would agree that I am at the skill level where just naturally, right? I could be listening to music and just fucking playing and completely zoned out, but I just have the aim and the movement and shit like that to outperform people. That, yeah, I'm playing with the tryhards, man. But the problem is that I'm playing only with the tryhards and the hackers and shit. So I don't know, man. I just wanted to rant about this because it's just a weird argument to play a competitive game and then get mad that someone is better than you at a competitive game. Like, shit, dude, that makes no fucking sense. Apply that to anything else competitive, and it instantly becomes the stupidest thing known to man. I got bad news for you guys. Video games and esports are a real thing. People make millions of dollars playing video games. That is a real thing, whether you like it or not, or want to acknowledge it. And at this point in time, competitive games are a sport. As much as fucking chess is a sport, or even something physically active like baseball or football, they are sports. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They are. That is objectively a correct statement. And for these people to be saying that you can't try in a competitive game, it makes no sense. Just like I'm not gonna go say, don't try. What? You're trying to win in basketball? What the fuck? Did you just dribble in between your legs, dude? What the fuck, you try hard? Did you just put the ball in between your legs so I couldn't get it? What the fuck? You try hard much? Ooh, sweaty. Can just see the sweat on your forehead from here. It's so fucking stupid, dude. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. So, do me a favor, guys. Use your brain when you actually go out into the world. Play a co-op game. Like I said, I recommend Pummel Party. That's not even co-op. You're fighting against your buddies, but it's a lot of fun, just like Mario Party. Play a co-op game if you don't want to be competitive. Play a single player game. Play a private match with just you and your buddies if you're trying to have a good time. That still holds up, by the way. I can have all my issues with Call of Duty multiplayer, but it's still a lot of fun to play dumb custom matches in Modern Warfare with the boys. It's still fucking fun to run around with snipers or throwing knives or whatever. It's still fun, man. Just do that shit. Don't play a competitive game online with 60, 100, 150, 200 other random individuals online and then get upset when one of them is better than you and try and, I don't know, put them down because of it. It's just idiotic, okay? Use your brain before you say stuff. And that's it, man. I just wanted to touch on that. I think that this topic is very interesting. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on it, but I think it's very interesting to see how the community is kind of splitting up. Obviously, we're seeing a lot of influencers, you know, streamers, YouTubers, stuff like that, are on the side of it makes no sense to put somebody down for being good at a game, to call them a tryhard because they're trying to win and stuff. But it makes sense that most of us are on that side. But we're seeing a lot of casual gamers come out too and you know, put out their point of view where it's like, listen, dude, I'm fucking shit at the game and I don't want to fight better players. And I think they're both interesting. What I would say to you, if you are bad at a game, just practice. Like, it's that simple. Just practice. You don't have to play online to practice. Practically all of these games have ways that you can practice offline. I actually don't think that Fall Guys does. It's one of the few. But everything else, I mean, you look at your Apex Legends, your PUBG, your Call of Duty. I mean, all of these have ways that you can practice. Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege, like all of these have ways that you can legitimately practice. Whether it's something as simple as aim training and running drills on that, which I've done dozens upon dozens, if not hundreds upon hundreds of hours before, that's helped to get me to the level where I am. Or if you're just, you know, practicing movement, practicing game sense, learning the routes on a level, learning the angles, stuff like that. Just practice. It's the same as everything in life. You're not going to go into jiu-jitsu or some martial art and instantly be a god at it. You're not. Even if you have the physical prowess and you're physically fit, you're not going to, because you have to learn it and you have to practice. You need to get the form, the muscle memory, everything down. And I just encourage all of you to do that as well. Just put in the time, even if it's just an hour a day. If you put an hour into like Kovacs Aim Trainer or something like that every single day, within a week, 2 weeks, you're going to notice some serious improvements in your hand-eye coordination and your abilities in game. So just put the time in, even if you don't have that much, and you guys will do great. I know you will. But anyway, that's enough for the rant. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see all of you in the next video. We're Stream Rooney. Bye-bye.